Continuing on with our must-draft players, the American League Central. One hitter, one pitcher from each team. Let's start with the Minnesota Twins.
Jorge Polanco was a league winner in the second half of the season last year. He's still not getting priced appropriately, I think. His ADP is 79. I've got him around 65 to 70. So I should end up with a lot of Jorge Polanco power and speed possibilities here. Possibly 25-10 sort of guy with a lot of counting stats to go with.
All right, who's going to be the pitcher?
Bailey Ober. If only for the pun potential there. I'll use it over and over and over again. No, strikeouts are pretty high, and you're coming at a really nice cost, 267 in the last month in terms of ADP. I like Ober. Worried a little bit about his health. End of the year with a hip injury. Something to watch for there. Kind of a late bloomer, but good, cheap strikeout guy.
Which Kansas City Royal hitter is looking good at ADP right now in your early drafts?
Yeah, looking good is the tough thing here. I forced myself to say Michael A. Taylor. Chris List made the case for him on SiriusXM today. You're looking for cheap steals at pick 400-ish. Okay, great. He'll play. He signed a 2-year deal, so he's going to play. There's valuable Royals hitters. I just don't like the cost in most of them. Don't like the cost on Whit Merrifield. Don't like the cost on Sal Perez. And then there's and same with Adalberto Mondesi, and same with Bobby Witt Jr. I most cases I distrust his cost. I got him in one league where he was a little bit cheaper.
Who's the arm that you're targeting on Kansas City?
That's the flip side. I like a lot of their arms. I like Carlos Hernandez the most. It's been cited around here before, but Rob Silver did a really good thing on PitchCon about Hernandez's pitches, how they overlap with some really highly accomplished pitchers. He has 4 or 5 workable pitches. He's kind of had a hybrid role. That's the tricky thing. But at 384, I'll take the chance that he's not a full-time starter. I think he will be a full-time starter this year.
Last year, the Detroit Tigers had 77 wins. Which hitter was responsible for most of that you're targeting this year?
Cheapest 2020 guy from last year is Robbie Grossman at 178. I know that there is this is a career year going off of. People tend to swear off career years. But I think they're swearing off a little too much. I think people are expecting too much of a correction. I'll take him at 175.
Who's a must-draft pitcher on Detroit?
I like them all, but give me Casey Mize. I think this is one where his component stats haven't caught up to his potential yet. We like to say go where the puck's going, not where it's been. At 278, I think there's a lot of upside potential. We need to see more swing and miss out of Casey Mize. I think the pedigree, I think getting Tucker Barnhart as his catcher, all these things point in favor of an improvement, and I'll take that improvement.
Cleveland Guardians. I can't get used to that just yet.
No, it's tough. It's tough.
I do like the name, though. Who's the bat that you're targeting?
Scott Jensen and I talked about Bobby Bradley on the podcast just on Sunday night. Cheap power guy at pick 400. He's going to play almost every day, though, at first base for Cleveland. I almost said the Indians myself just there. But I obviously this isn't a good lineup. But you're going to find a lot of good cheap first basemen in the draft. This is one of them. I like him for the cost better than most of his Cleveland teammates.
Is it going to be a starter or a reliever that you're targeting on the Guardians?
I'm going back to the well with Quantrill. I think a lot of people are warning too much on him. Just like we were talking about with Robbie Grossman, I think the correction is a little too much at 277 with Quantrill. There are some flags that his ERA indicator suggests that could have been like a full run higher. You remember he was much better in the second half, but I think there's a strikeout upside here with him. I think Cleveland does well developing pitchers too, and I think that needs to be taken into account. I know everybody was rushing to not get the next Zach Plesac in terms of like overdrafting him, but you're not overdrafting him at pick 277. This is he's someone that will be on your active roster, but he's your like SP6, SP7 at pick 277 in a 15-team league, lower in a 12-team league. So yeah, give me Cal Quantrill. I'll take my chances there.
Last year, king of the division, the Chicago White Sox. Who's the hitter that you like most right now at their cost?
There's a lot of hitters I'll pay for at cost with them, but let's go Eloy Jimenez and Andrew Vaughn both. 73 and 261 respectively. Eloy could be a top 3-round hitter. Andrew Vaughn held his own in his rookie year. Despite getting jerked around position-wise, I think year 2 you're going to see a leap up. Keep in mind he had no real season to speak of in 2020. He was at the extended training camp or the alternate training site, if you will, and so I think he lost a year of development. He developed at the major league level last year. Look for a big step up from Andrew Vaughn.
Are you going to pay up for any of the White Sox pitchers, or are you letting one fall to you maybe a little bit later in the draft?
Well, I'm going to take Giolito and Lynn at cost, but I'm also going to take Michael Kopech. I'm curious to see what role he'll have if he's fully stretched out, but if he is, I think there's a huge profit potential with him. I'm betting all the pedigree here. So
give me a prediction. Who's going to win this division in 2022?
I will not shock the world with this one. We're going to go back to the well with the White Sox. I just like them too much. I think Detroit tries to build off what they did last year. They actually added on, so they're not just kind of counting on, last year's improvement being the level. But I also think Cleveland completely, utterly tanks. And I think that's going to be the story there, where Detroit, Minnesota, Kansas City even, they all profit off of Cleveland's demise.
If you're watching this video, you love fantasy baseball, and right now you can get all of RotoWire's fantasy baseball draft kit, rankings, everything for free for 10 days. Go to rotowire.com/try.